Guys, we're learning how to cut and sew a structured sleeve. If this structured sleeve is what interests you and you want to learn how to make it, I will urge you to stay to the end of the tutorial, because after cutting and sewing, I'll be fixing it on the dress, putting it on the mannequin for you guys to see. These are the materials needed for our structured sleeve. Now I have my bridal satin here. I'm using the doll face bridal satin. I have my plastic boning, my medium gum stay or the peplum stay. Now I also have my cotton stay. So these are what I'll be using for this project. Then a matching thread and scissors. So guys, the measurement I'll be using for the structured sleeve, because my client wants 2 structured sleeve on her dress. The first measurement, I'll use 25 inches. Then the second one is 23 inches. Then the width for this sleeve, I'll be using a width of 4 inches. So 4 inches then plus 1 inch, maybe after turning everything, it will now be like 4 inches. So I'll add 1 inch to it. That is 5 inches. So I'll be marking my 5 inches all the way down. I'll be cutting it. So I have something like this. Now I'll use this one and cut the second one of 25 inches. I'll just increase the length. I will just teach you guys how to work on one, since it's the same method I'll be using for the two. So let me keep one and now work on one. This first one, now you're going to open it into two. I'll drop this one aside. Then I'll now take my medium gum stay or peplum stay. So I'll be cutting exact shape of this one. After cutting it, this is what we have. Now you're going to go to the machine and you're going to sew it down. Now you'll be sewing two lines on it. That lines indicates our boning casing. Yes, so you're going to sew. You can see, you can give the space, the line, just 2 half inch in between, so that your boning can go through it. Can you see the 2 stitch I did? I sewed very close to the edge here. This is the 2 line. Yes, so now I'm going to drop this aside. Then I'll take the second one. You know, we divided it into 2, so this is the second one. The second one, I'll be gumming it with my stay. I'm going to cut. So I'll go and gum it now. Now you take the one that has a paper stay. So you're going to place it on it. Then you sew on this first line. You're going to sew it together. This first line here, you know we have 2 lines here. This first line here, that's where you're going to sew on. You also do the same thing for this side. So guys, I finished sewing on the first line. So what you'll be doing is you will just notch all the side. You can trim it. You can trim if the excess is much. You will now turn it from the inside. You turn it out. After ironing it down, this is what I have. You can see our bone channel here. So what we're now going to do is, I'm using this plastic bone. It's a soft plastic bone. It's not a hard one. So I'm going to measure from here to here. Whatever I have, I'll just minus 1 inch from it, or 1.5, so that I can have 0.75 excess here and 0.75 excess here. So let me minus 1.5. So this is the total. So I'll go up by 1.5.
Then I also mark the chalk with chalk. Then I reduce it. I'll just file the mouth for it to smoothen it a bit. I'll now put it inside our case. So I'll do the same thing for the second side. Now, if you want to attach it to your dress, you can just split here into two like this. Then you just take your needle and thread. And you just sew here, then you sew here.
You can fold it inside if you don't want the sewing to show, or better still, just use trimmings to cover it on your fabric.
Now I would do that and fix it on our dress for you guys to see.